Valley FM. The siren sounds. We're underway for the Melbourne Grounds Division 1 top of the table clash between Greensborough and Heidelberg. And it's Howard getting the first tap. He was looking for Farinado, but both players held up and will immediately have a secondary stoppage. So it is Jorgensen and Howard to do the ruck work, at least in the early stages. Jorgensen getting the tap. Going in was Clark, who was caught high, and he'll win the first clearance of the game. Kicking to the right of your radio dial, as you know. He's going to handball it off, and then Sean Martin from centre wing goes deep inside looking for Keys. That might bounce all the way through. What a start for the Tigers. Sean Martin getting on the board. And within 35 seconds, it's the opening major of the game. One straight Heidelberg. Greensborough yet to score. It's a dream start for the reigning premiers.
Very good start, and it was based off the back of their midfield work. Going in harder there was Clark, getting the free kick, got the handball received nicely off to Martin. Probably a bit of luck that it got over the top, but it was a long penetrating kick that put Greensborough under a lot of pressure anyway. So if it found a Heidelberg teammate, it probably would have turned into a goal or a score either way. So we're back in the middle now. Howard and Jorgensen will go at it again. Jorgensen getting higher, but this time it's going to work out in Greensborough's favour. He's getting a handball whilst being tackled as Farinado, that 19-year-old that everyone's got their eyes set on today. As they go inside the middle, taking the mark uncontestedly is Hasler, who looks to wheel on his right and go low and hard inside forward 50, but it's a good intercepting mark by the Tigers, and they're now out wide through Tardio, who goes quickly with the handball received to Clark, and then goes up towards a teammate, just short one, into Thompson, who gets a kick into the forward pocket. It's a nice one as well. It's a nice mark as well by the small forward in Sam Wright, who will look for his first major right in front of us as well. We've got a great look at this one.
Keys was the one that kicked it in, but Tim talked about this man, Sam Wright, and we'll see what he can deliver from a tight angle.
So Wright, as you said, Nick, on a very tight angle, is close to the man on the mark. That's going to be no score, unfortunately, for the Tigers, but they keep their perfect record in front of goal so far. 1 straight 6, Greensborough yet to score.
Not sure if there's a delay on the commentator's curse. That probably wasn't his best effort there.
So Johnston at back pocket for the Borough. Look to clear it away, the captain. Gets a good length on the kick to a big pack of players. Heidelberg man in front, dropped the mark. Farinado front and centre. Just got the boot to ball. Was too strong for Luke. The handball forward will work. Martin just got the handball away, and the Tigers will re-enter the forward 50. Tough ball to mark, one-on-one. Was punched at ground level. Front and centre, though, was a bouncing ball by Jordan Smith. And it's another goal for the Tigers. Great front and centre work there from Smith. And he just got boot to ball, and the bouncing ball trickled through for a second for the reigning premiers. They're 2 straight 12. And the Borough yet to score almost 3 minutes in.
They look on the Tigers. They look like every time they go inside forward 50, they look very dangerous. I think that's 3 inside 50s for 3 shots at goal. 2 of them being goals, 1 out in the full. But you can excuse the 1 out in the full because it was a tough shot. But that's probably an area, I think the midfield is the area that Greensborough need to really lift in. Every time there's a contest, it looks like the Tigers are a bit stronger at the moment. And they're looking to move that ball quite quickly as well, which might put the Borough off guard a little bit. As we're back in the middle, Jorgensen getting higher than Howard again and winning the hit out. So he's done well so far to start off in the ruck. He gets the handball received with Martin. Martin's got it about 5 times in this passage as he goes it towards inside forward 50. The kick in's not going to work for Wright. It'll stay on the ground though, which brings Greensborough defenders into it. And they're happy to get that out of bounds for a boundary throw in deep inside the Tigers' forward pocket.
Tim, they're moving the ball so clean, Heidelberg. It's almost hard to get your hands on.
Yeah, you feel like Greensborough really haven't even got their hands on the ball at the moment. They've just had almost no possession of the ball. They just need to take a deep breath and gain their composure again here.
Howard got the tap. No midfielder getting a clean read. Farinado got the handball away. Should be cleared and is by Aidan Delaney. No. Just ran out of room. We're going to have a boundary throw in. Almost right on the 50-metre line. So 4 minutes into this opening term. It's Heidelberg with the opening 2 goals of the afternoon. They're 2 straights. Greensborough are yet to score. We know how strong these guys are in first terms, particularly to Borough, but it's the Tigers that have all the answers at the moment. It's in the right area for them again. Boundary throwing coming in. It's going to be Keys to do the ruck work. The undersized man did get the ball, and then Clark may have been taken high again. Umpires are going to give the benefit of the doubt to the tackler. We'll have a stoppage a bit closer to goal for the visitors. Keys in the ruck, just pushed out of the play, and then snaps towards goal. And across the face this time, so the first blemish for the Tigers. They're 2-1-13. Greensborough are yet to score. And it's all the reigning premiers at the moment.
It's going to be tough to stop that for Greensborough today. That ruck duel of Keys and Jorgensen. Howard's already got his hands full with that, as kicking it out now for the Boroughs Lawler. He goes up, down the line. It's going to be intercepted, though. Could have been a mark taken, but in fairness to Amalfi, he had no idea who was behind him as he fished that out for a boundary throw-in.
He's just adding to knowing where the cars of the radio team are, because mine's just behind us.
Oh, no.
And he's punched it in that direction. Mine's a fair way out, fortunately, but we should be okay.
I will say thank goodness for free parking in the shopping centre across the road. My car is nowhere near it. I've had a good 2 weeks for parking. So we'll get the boundary throw-in just outside left half forward for Heidelberg. Jorgensen in the ruck this time. Neither him or Howard could get there. Doing well to win the clearance there is Honey as he goes back to Jorgensen. His kick doesn't go too far, and getting tackled immediately out of bounds is Thompson for another boundary throw-in, this time just 5 metres closer to goal for Heidelberg.
And right in front of us too. So we're going to get a very, very good look at it at the moment. Luke Bunker playing on Christian Ferranato at the moment. So that's a good little matchup to keep an eye out for. Howard front spot, didn't get the tap, roved his own footy, then ran out of room.
Hold, Clarkie, hold it! Hold it!
And you just heard from Sean Martin just to hold that, and that's exactly what's happened. So we'll have another stoppage. Howard tried to tap it back. Again, there's Bunker. Ferranato all over him. We'll go again.
2 minutes, go! Go!
Of course, as we said, right in front of the Heidelberg bench we are today. With the sights and sounds of local footy. Clark was the intended target, lost his footing. Bouncing ball towards the boundary line. Ferranato takes it over. So we're on the 50-metre line now, or just about, for Heidelberg, and the ball has pretty much been in their front half for 99% of this game so far. Rucks go at it again. A bit of a shallow throw-in. Doesn't suit any ruckman. Jorgensen just tried to get a handball away. Thompson was going through. Losing the footy was Lachlan Hill. And Heidelberg regained possession of it again. Spearing ball inside is a beauty. Almost a mark taken by Clark. And we'll have another boundary throw-in inside 50 for the Tigers, who lead this game by 13 points.
It's looking dangerous again. There's a lot of loose numbers inside forward 50 for the Tigers. So defensively, Greensborough might need to be a bit more alert. It was a boundary throw-in. It's going to work in the favour of Howard, who gets a tap down only as far as Bunker, whose quick hack kick almost works for Barzan. Doing well defensively there was Sievers for Greensborough as they look to clear it out on the far wide side towards their own bench. Doing well on the one-on-one there, and will get the free kick as he got there first for Greensborough. And having a little cuddle on the ground is Lewis as he goes and quickly takes the play on advantage. His kick, though, is going to be turned over in the middle of the ground, not where you want to turn it over either. Greensborough doing well to get numbers there and still get the kick forward. McCubbin now gets that forward inside forward 50 to a one-on-one. It finds Howard actually in there, the big man. He's not able to get to it before it trickles over for the boundary throw-in.
The way the Tigers are playing at the moment, it just feels like they're swarming Greensborough. Every time Greensborough get possession, they're just being swamped by players, and they just need to take their time and get a bit of steady possession into this game.
Smith in the ruck, got a great tap forward, and emerging through it is the bar. They sort of have to turn away to McCubbin, whose kick was smothered. They may have been better off having an earlier shot on goal. Ferranato at the bottom of the pack. We'll have a ball up, this time inside for Greensborough, who are yet to hit the scoreboard 8.5 minutes into this opening term. Again, no ruckman getting a good look. Cleared away by Heidelberg. Didn't go too far. McCubbin will take the mark just on the 15, and you might just say, no worries, I'll go back and have a shot. Men on the mark, just a touch out. So McCubbin's going to go inside 50, and it was a good kick in the end to find Charlie Bowes. And the former Brisbane VFL man is going to go back and look for the Borough's first score of the afternoon. 4 goals this year in his 5 games, so all 5 matches for Greensborough this year. And played 11 last year in his debut year for the club. Of course, Port Melbourne listed as well, but chance for Bowes to get things going here for Greensborough. Not a bad-looking kick, and the umpire does not move on the goal line. The first major of the afternoon for Greensborough goes to Charlie Bowes, and they're one straight now, the hosts. Heidelberg 2-1-13, 9.5 into the first term.
Did well there. I was confused as well. I don't know why. I don't know who it was, but steaming through it at breakneck speed and didn't have a shot at goal. Gave it back to McCubbin, forced a smother, brought the Heidelberg defenders into it, and it looked like the Tigers were about to get away with it again, but the hack kick out of the clearance, I think it was from Bunker on that occasion, straight down the throat of McCubbin. They took their time. Bowes, great finish. And Greensborough are on the board as we're back in the middle. Howard and Jorgensen. Howard wins the tap out this time, does well to Farinado, who gets a quick hacking right foot snap up to centre half forward. Fisted away well by the Tigers, but it's only as far as that man again, Farinado, who puts another high up and under kick inside forward 50, putting the Tigers under a lot of pressure. But they're going to get out of it well through Amalfi, whose kick doesn't really find the target and it's turned over instead to Gigalotti as they go back inside forward 50. The Borough looking for Smith, couldn't take the mark, but out the back there on his right for the pocket, couldn't get the goal, was Ethan Luke. And the Borough have their first blemish on the board today. 1-1-7, plays 2-1-13.
That was the captain there for Greensborough, Jack Johnson. Worked so hard just to create that extra outnumber for Greensborough and was able to create the opportunity for a shot on goal. Really good stuff there from the captain.
Ethan Luke, keep a good eye on him, the speedster. When he gets on the end of one, he can be very hard to catch. Side forward 50. He's only kicked the 3 majors this year after kicking 20 last season, so he'll be looking to get things going. Now, this is off the ball, and it's against Sean Martin here. It was in the middle of the ground. I'm not sure if there was an actual incident or if something else caused it.
Might be Brody Glenn that's caused this, to give Bowes a shot from the goal square.
So from the top of the goal square, Charlie Bowes should kick his second, and he does. And now the Borough have levelled things up 11 and a half minutes in. And an uncharacteristic goal to give away for the Heidelberg Footy Club. And it's 2-1-13 apiece. And discipline will be key again in this match, and you don't want to be giving up goals like that early.
No, definitely not. And that was almost out of nowhere. It seems as though just as it looked like Heidelberg were about to take control and everything was going to be okay, twice now, Greensborough have been able to kick a goal. So it's quite interesting that it's a tie ball game, even though the start that the Tigers had was pretty phenomenal.
No, it doesn't seem like the Tigers have been rewarded for effort. They had such a great start, but here they are tied.
So back in the middle then, Howard, another great tap. He's starting to get ascendancy. Farinado grabbed it again, lost the footy. Jorgensen trying to do his best in the middle as well. Spilled away. Heidelberg just trying to punch it forward. In the middle there is Jess Getty. We'll have a ball up in the centre square. So Howard's starting to get his way now in the ruck, getting to good spots, and even if he's not the front man, his taps have been to advantage. He grabs it out of the ruck this time and manages to get a bouncing ball forward. Not to many players' advantage on this occasion. Down on the ground there was Walsh, and then now they'll move down the line. A good kick finds Stallis on centre wing. Out of side. Sends the kick inside 50, looking for Smith. Out the back is Bowes. There's a hold free kick. I think it might be going. It's going to Heidelberg. And O'Dwyer will get it away for the Tigers. They're in the defensive pocket now on the scoreboard side. Down the line they'll go. Here comes Johnson to look to intercept. Clark is the target. And it was touched over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in on the near side. 13 minutes in. It's a lead of nobody. Scores a level. 2-1-13 apiece. After Heidelberg went bang-bang, Greensborough have been able to capitalise with 2 goals thanks to Charlie Bowes. Back in the middle with this boundary throw-in. Tap forward here from Heidelberg. They try to keep that moving forward. Out the back of that stoppage was Walsh. He got the handball away. They decide to go backwards here. Johnson under enormous pressure with the left. Just has to go towards half forward and hope someone can intercept. A punch away there from Martin. Might work for Walsh. And then Martin just tackles him over the line. And we'll have a boundary throw-in the same spot as 30 seconds prior.
Very good tackling pressure from both sides. Good pressure as well from the debutant, Joel Kleiman, for Heidelberg, 24-year-old, suiting up for the Tigers and the seniors for the first time today, as Howard almost looked to take it out of the ruck but wasn't able to. Doing well as Keys there, putting his arms up nice and high so no one can knock it out of his grasp, and get another boundary throw.
It's a Tom Hawkins-like role for Keys in the ruck, you feel like. Yes, he's undersized, but he's just got pure strength to get rid of his opponent.
He can just outbody his opponent seemingly every time, and it's such a great asset for Heidelberg to have, because when they put him down forward, he can really be a threat as well.
Liam Bunker emerges from the clearance really nicely. His kick up to centre half forward works for Jorgensen, takes a really nice soaring mark. It will be chop of the arms anyway, free kick. And he looks to get back off his mark quickly. Tries to find someone inside forward 50. Chopped off well in the end by Gigalotti as Greensborough look to get it outside of their back 50. Great pressure as well on the Sean Martin kick. Now finds Farinado, who goes long towards, I believe on that end is Glenn, who finds his way just on the boundary line. Left foot kick inside forward 50. Chopped off nicely by the Tigers. They're going to look to take this out very calmly and slowly. of their back 50.
It was Glenn on that occasion who just ran out of room at the end. And it was Keys that was able to slow things down now for the Tigers. They've got it at half-back, the visitors, and down the line they'll go. It might suit Greensborough here. Goes over the back, didn't bounce well for Howard and allowed the Tigers to swoop at ground level, and they're a chance here to go inside 50. They do. High ball. Might favour Igbara again here in this marking contest, and just getting a hand onto it was the Greensborough defender in Deacon Lawler. But he's very sore getting up. Good that he's okay. He's been in great form for the Borough this season, and after some reserves games last year, he's found a good place in the back line here for Greensborough, still holding that right shoulder in a bit of pain, so we'll keep an eye on that. He's gone to the goal square. In the meantime, the tap from Howard, ball hits ground level. There was a holding free, and it's going to Sam Wright. And it's going to be another opportunity now for the Tigers to get the lead back. It's 2-1 apiece as we tick towards the 16-minute mark, and Tim's man, Sam Wright's going to have another shot on goal.
Yeah, well, he's kicked the 6 goals so far this season, so 4 of those coming against Montmorency as he strolls in from about 30 metres out on the angle.
Comes in, and no problems for Sam Wright. He gets his first for the afternoon. And Heidelberg regain the advantage, albeit by just a major. 3-1-19 to Heidelberg. Greensborough 2-1-13. 16 and a quarter minutes into the opening term, and we've got a good battle on our hands, boys.
Certainly feels that way. It's been a momentum swinging quarter. It seemed like Heidelberg had all the ascendancy at the start, and then Greensborough were able to come back and showed the dominance. But it's really what we thought would happen, I suppose. 2 great first quarter teams scoring constantly, and it's going to be a great match to continue.
Greensborough look to get the clearance on this occasion as they're trying to respond quickly to Heidelberg, who have got, through Wright, the lead at the moment by 6 points. Looks like also Martin Fitzgerald, the 19-year-old's got the tough task on Clark today as he went straight to him in the middle of the ground. Howard wins the tap out now. Only goes as far as Clark, whose handball is intercepted nicely. Now going inside forward 50. Martin almost takes a hanger at half back. Doesn't work out in the end. Smith gets a quick handball off to Glenn, who's tackled straight away. No holding the ball, free kick, as that ball will just find its way over for a point, in fact. And the Greensborough, they did respond in some way, but through a rush behind.
Good pressure from Heidelberg in the back line to ensure that was nothing more than a behind. It's now a 5-point advantage to Heidelberg. And they'll just chip it around the back line for now, the Tigers, as they slowly build their way out of defensive 50. We're still there for now, but they've got all the control at the moment. Now they'll go down the line with the kick. Tough ask for Clark, but he got it. And he goes through the middle, and why not? Just over the head of Keys, however. They've got numbers to back up. Keys picks up the loose footy, got the handball away to a teammate, and an inside 50 to Barson. And that's why they're the best. Their ability to transition from defence to attack is almost impossible to stop, and it's highlighted here again. And now Barson will get his first look for the afternoon.
It was a kick from Jordan Smith, though, inside forward 50 to Barson, which was brilliant. Just was able to just take the pressure off it at the last second, so it really hit Barson on the chest in a comfortable position. Great composure from the Tigers, and like you said, Nick, they're showing why they are the best in the comp.
46 goals last year. Team of the year forward, Zane Barson, has had a great start again to season 2024, and he can get his first name on the board from just inside 50. He's going to miss to the right. And a blemish for the Tigers. They're second behind. They move to 3-2-20. Greensborough are 2-2-14 as we approach time on in the opening term. And Johnston again will have duties to get it out of defence. But Johnston, not too confident with his choices, goes a bit more direct on this occasion. Heidelberg with all the numbers in the air and at ground level. Luke came charging through and almost got things moving for the Borough. Bunker just got a handball away to Martin. Out the back, he's under enormous pressure. Never really possessed the football though, but the umpire is happy to call for a stoppage. And the positioning of Martin, very key here. Just that extra man at the back of the stoppage has proved pivotal for Heidelberg, producing repeat inside 50 entries. Ferronato on the bounce, lost the footy. Heidelberg again regained possession. They go all the way back to McInerney, and then his kick inboard was intercepted. Glenn, his handball to McCubbin didn't reach him on the full. Heidelberg now arrive in numbers. Bose lays a tackle, and we'll have a ball up.
So a bit of a stalemate between the two sides since that right goal. As we're back with the ball up. Howard wins the tap out, trying to get a toe to it was Bunker. Didn't really work out, but the Tigers will still find a way through Tardio to move it forward, even if it is by only a couple of inches. As Greensborough now looking to try and turn it over and get it back inside their own forward 50, but Heidelberg too strong in the contest. But thanks to the Borough pressure, that's gone out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Probably the best result for him.
You can see why these sides, Tim, are so strong at the contest. It's resulted in them being so good this year. Absolutely.
Their pressure has been immense. I think Heidelberg have been slightly better in the contest, but it's really been neck and neck.
So Hasler gets a free kick for pushing the back. Jamie Smith was in the ruck on that occasion, so you find Howard at full forward here, but taking a really nice intercepting mark for the Tigers.
Their skipper.
Is their skipper as they go up towards the middle. All by himself is Clark. Couldn't take the mark, and crashing through there to intercept brilliantly for the Borough was Sievers. As now Greensborough look to move it forward. They go through the middle. Very dangerous position to turn it over, but it's okay because through Johnson they go inside forward 50 to find McCubbin.
Wow.
Just at right centre half forward, it's Zach McCubbin, who, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, has kicked 8 goals this season so far for the Borough. Great to have him back into the side. One of their leading goal kickers, the 29-year-old.
The pedigree on that kick from Johnston was incredible. He found the space, and it was a low spearing pass to the lead. It was why he's one of the best, Johnston.
So he could have had a shot earlier in this quarter, Zach McCubbin, but instead he gave it off to Charlie Bowes, who got his first of the day. This time he will say, I will take the responsibility and take the shot from just outside 50. It's hooking left and has only just managed to stay inside for a behind. So the Borough move to 2-3-15, trailing Heidelberg 3-2-20. We might have... the umpire's got a problem with one of the players out there.
Tom Keys was having a bit of a chat to there, but nonetheless, it's a 5-point lead now to Heidelberg. You're right about Johnson, Tim. As good as he is defensively, his efficiency going inside 50 is one of Greensborough's best. That's why he's so valuable to this side. Andrew clears away looking for Keys. It went out the back. They've got numbers here, Heidelberg, to push this all the way to their forward half, and that's exactly what they'll do. They go towards the Barson direction. A beautiful kick in front of him. Barson can run into the open goal. It was a tight angle for him, and he kicked it across the face. Not the worst result for a boundary throw-in, but it was always going to be tough on the run from about a metre away from the boundary.
I think the only problem is he had streaming in uncontested Jack Andrew at the top of the goal square. Could have given a handball too, but good pressure as well, though, by Greensborough to make sure that the kick for Barson was tough.
Boundary throw-in then. Keys in the ruck, grabbed it, can snap towards goal, didn't get much purchase on it, goes across the face, trying to intercept here is Wright. Getting there first was Luke, and Wright will ensure that ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. So we're almost 23 minutes now into this first term. It's Heidelberg 3-2-20, Greensborough 2-3-15. Boundary throw-in incoming. Keys again up against Jamie Smith. That's a very shallow boundary throw-in. It will work for Wright, who kicks it to the hot spot, and it will work out. A fantastic mark by Brody Tardio. And the Tigers just their will, Tim, to keep the ball moving forward season with another shot on goal.
It's just their relentlessness to never give up on a contest. That's created the opportunity there. It was a bit fortuitous, but nonetheless, Tardio gets the ball about 30 metres out from goal with a very good opportunity here.
Only 33 senior majors in his 111 games, but with kicks like that, maybe we see him up forward a little bit more. Heidelberg get their fourth of the match. They're 4-2-26. Greensborough are 2-3-15. We're almost 24 minutes now into the opening term of this NFNL match of the day here on Plenty Valley FM. So a great start there for Heidelberg, who, after scores or level, have been able to kick the next two majors. And they've got themselves back to a fairly comfortable 11-point advantage.
And on this occasion, they're probably finishing off all their hard work, whether it be the transition game from back 50 or just moments like that, a boundary stoppage, they're able to get a goal out of it. As we're back in the middle, Howard and Jorgensen do battle. Howard winning it on this occasion. Ferronato was tackled immediately, illegally, however. He'll get a free kick for a high tackle as he looks to quickly get this inside forward 50. Not moving at the top of the goal square is Smith, and that's where he wants it. That's where he's going to get it. Great 1-2 grab by Jamie Smith, who was almost being manhandled by about...
Oh no. They've turned it over, Greensborough. That is a golden opportunity squandered. I'm not sure which Borough player it was, but they were at centre-half back and they've given away a certain goal, and now Heidelberg have its centre wing broadcast side, and they can move this already towards the inside 50 area. Farinata will try to intercept. They do have the numbers here, the Borough, and then a great tackle from behind from Max Thompson, and they'll be rewarded.
Work right.
And just like that, Heidelberg with all the ascendancy in this game. They've gone from giving up a certain goal, and now they are going to go deep inside 50 with this kick from Max Thompson with the left. Top of the goal square he goes. Keys will go from the side. Couldn't get the grab. Seaver's in there to intercept. He tries to move it forward. He's running out of room. Another snap on goal from Bunker. Missing to the right.
There's a few Heidelberg players celebrating. They thought they'd got that, and they knew it would have been a steal as well.
Tim, that's very worrying for Greensborough to give a goal up like that.
Would have been the ultimate 12-point play had Heidelberg have scored there, but it's ill-discipline and it's silly football because that was a guaranteed goal that would have put Greensborough within a goal. Instead, they find themselves 12 points behind.
So James McCubbin takes it out of full-back for Greensborough, long down the line. Great mark, though, from the Tigers as they go inside forward 50 again, this time through Schneering, who goes to the hot spot, couldn't find a Heidelberg player to go up and get that. And they will get a free kick anyways, it looks like, for a high tackle. And I don't know who the umpires awarded this to.
It's a high contact free.
So I think Thompson, actually.
Yep.
Who will get the free kick. Only 28 to 30 metres out, slight angle.
Yeah, it is.
And like we said just before, Jamie Smith, top of the goal square. Almost a certain goal to bring this back within just a kick. This lead could blow out to almost 3 goals just before quarter time as Max Thompson now, the 21-year-old, he's only got 14 majors to his name in his career. Could this be for number 15? It sure is. Goal umpire didn't even need to move as the Tigers continue on their merry way, 5-3-33, leading Greensborough 2-3-15.
Tim, I think one of Greensborough's biggest problems at the moment, they're panicking at ground level, not just by the sheer weight of numbers from Heidelberg, but they just are so, I guess, uncertain with what they want to do with the footy once it hits the ground that they just either give away the ball, they do a hack kick out of defensive 50, which allows Heidelberg to rebound.
Yeah, I think one of the things Heidelberg does so well is their intense pressure, and I'm not sure Greensborough have faced a team like it this season, and I think they're getting a bit of a wake-up call at the moment. They just need to find their composure.
So another great tackle in the middle from Farinata, and he'll be rewarded. He has been a shining light for the Borough in midfield, and another whistle, but
I thought it was 50 metres.
Thought about it for a moment, but he's been very strong in the contest at the moment. Last year's Brent Harvey medalist. They send it inside 50 again, looking for Smith. Wasn't in the right spot. Jorgensen impacted it. Trying to move it forward was Hasler. Bouncing ball with the Tigers again. Already answers. Martin confronted by Luke. Did well to get the handball away, and now they go back for now. And the kick down the line is going to be intercepted. It was a smother indeed, and it's still a chance on goal for the Borough. On the line, no. Goal. A great goal from the Borough against the run of play. And they put themselves back in this. It was Martin Fitzgerald with the major who did well to see that ball be loose after the smother, as Zach said. And it's Fitzgerald who kicks his second senior goal to bring the Borough 3-3-21, Heidelberg a 5-3-33 team.
That's a bit of life. Just to keep Greensborough in touch on the scoreboard, they've showed great glimpses, and now that's kicking their 3rd goal. They're actually the only team this season to kick 3 goals in the first quarter against Heidelberg, so that's promising at least.
It is, and as Howard and Jorgensen go at it in the middle again, Bunker couldn't take it cleanly, so it brings in the Greensborough opponent in Glenn, who's able to get that wide to the right-hand side of their forward 50. It's turned over, though, and Heidelberg will switch it, and they find Wright at right half back, and actually on this occasion it's Schneering who goes wider for the Tigers, and they're just going to take their time now here, Heidelberg, late in this first quarter, up by 12 points. They look to go down the line. That's a wobbly kick and almost turned over, but it's going to work out okay. Out the back there for the Borough is Hasler, who will get a holding free kick or a trip free kick. And now he quickly goes inside forward 50 because out wide he's got out in space, taking the mark courageously is Tom O'Sullivan. No regard for his own well-being, I think, on that occasion. Not even looking. Back with the flight, takes a great chest mark and can now bring the Borough back within a kick, as we thought it was all unravelling for them only a couple minutes ago. Brilliant stuff by Hasler as well with the kick to put it out in space for O'Sullivan. The 19-year-old, he's had 2 goals this year so far from the 4 games he's played. Will look to bring the Borough back within 6 points. That kick is hooking left as well, and that will be a minor score as they go to 3-4-22, Heidelberg 5-3-33.
One thing you've got to commend the Greensborough forwards is their ability to lead. They've been leading into space all quarter, and it's produced really good opportunities for them. It's a great asset to the game. Their kicking efficiency inside forward 50 has been great, and that's why they're so close on the scoreboard.
So they get it away from defensive 50. Didn't quite get to Getty, who I think was caught high anyway, so he wins the free at half-back. So just Getty with now 13.5 minutes played in this first quarter. It has been 8 goals kicked. It's been high-quality football, as you would expect from the top 2 sides in the top flight. Down the line they go. Jorgensen out the back, takes the mark, wants to play on quickly, bumped heavily with it, and it impeded his kick. Johnson couldn't control it on the full. Spills away, and Greensborough will get their way out of trouble now for Hasler, who wants to switch it towards centre wing on the outer side. Bouncing ball, who will it favour? Martin of Heidelberg shall get there first. Fumbled it, grabbed it on the second occasion, had numbers to help out. Still under a bit of pressure though, and then an opportunity again here for Schneering. Got the handball to a teammate, and there's your siren for quarter time at Greensborough War Memorial Park. What a fantastic opening term we've seen from the 2 premier sides in the top flight. And it was Heidelberg who had 2 periods of play there where they sped out of the blocks with a great opening 2 goals. The Borough levelled things up, and then Heidelberg again were able to get out to a pretty strong lead, and a late Greensborough goal has seen the margin remain at 11 points heading into the opening change. Heidelberg 5-3-33, Greensborough 3-4-22. Your goal kickers so far.